Hello and welcome to I think this is our very ever first gaming video with audio actually. We've tried to do it a few times, but this is our very first training video with audio. So essentially, what I'm gonna do is literally just do a little recap of the challenge that I posted on the OGX page. Um I asked people to vote for what team they want me to use, not because I'm that good. I thought let me just take a little challenge and see how I can actually play this. Because I don't know things with this game. Uh, I keep telling people that I like playing the game FIFA, but I hate this edition of the game. It's actually terrible. However, I just thought let me just try something different. So anyway, this is the team I used. No players over 90 allowed to be used. So I did. I think it was tied with One Nation, but I think that was my best One Nation. That was my best. I was better than my One Nation squad. The One Nation would have been too hard. But anyway, this is the first game. Tough team. I'll say what, yeah. It's so funny. You're gonna hear me say it a lot of times, yeah. But that Mbappe caused me trouble all weekend. It's probably the best, one of the top three gold-based cards in the game. But what you're gonna see a lot of times, yeah. This game is gonna scream me. Now you see this goal. I never scored this goal. Not because of the chance of the cross. The crossing in this game is so bad that it's just pointless. Or you do ground crosses or lefty crosses. But anyway, you'll see a lot of things that happen in this game that I'll probably be complaining about because I've been ranting about this game for so long. But that pass there never usually worked for me. Obviously, it's the go-to thing on FIFA this year where people here you go. Oh my gosh, there's another one. Look, what's annoying about this is the player switching. Like, it's so jarring because I tried to switch out of that to select my players to work. I couldn't switch. Obviously, you got the L1 switcher, which is manual, and then you've got the right stick, which is supposed to be easier, but it's not. Anyway, that was an example of another one of these cheap goals. I say I've scored a lot of over. Well, I get scored. Sorry, I get scored a lot of time. FIFA, it's pretty like the go-to sweat goal. The reason why it's the go-to sweat goal is that it's just running the byline and press it in. The thing is, you'd think that it's easy to do, but you literally have to master passing. If you haven't mastered passing, it's a bit peak because passing in this game is really bad. Anyway, this is another team. I think I lost this one. I think it was. I lost this one because I'm an idiot because I was actually doing quite well, and then I kind of choked the lead. But anyway, the sweats. That's the ultimate sweat move, and you'd think that it's done because passing is so bad. Your passes are just gonna end up all over the place. But anyway, I think this is the game that I lost despite being like 2 or 3-0 up. Trust me, sometimes in this game, like things just go against you, and then people are gonna say, "Oh, it's scripting," but I swear to you, it's infuriating. It's infuriating. It's infuriating because sometimes you think like you actually thought, "Are you going crazy?" You're not going crazy. It's just how bad this game is. That it is. Like everyone says, there is scripting in this game. Whether there is or is not scripting, it is something that happens to people quite a lot. Like this is it's a simulator. Obviously, this game is simulating real football. So a simulator, not stimulating. I'm so dumb. Simulating real football. The good point is it's probably the best version, the best title. Oh, okay, I did this one. It's the best title best football simulation you can get on any console. The bad thing is that because it's the best doesn't mean it's great. There's just nobody else apart from Revolution, nobody else that can really challenge them for being the best game. Pros tried it a few times. I think it's regressed. So now it's back to FIFA, and especially this FUT mode. It just seems to be that more goes wrong in this game. Quickly, Bolaya. All the players I've had to my team, that Bolaya card it kind of like it kind of shocked me. It was the 3 cards, an objective card. It wasn't hard to do. It took a bit of time. But as 3 cards go, honestly, one of the better tier 2 cards I've used. Another team that's got Mbappe on it. Mbappe is just troublesome. I think in this game it was that Bernardo Silva that caused me in trouble. His agility is so silky. But I think I come back once. Was the keeper save it? Yeah, I come back once, and I think he just goes away with it, and I come back in and it's too late. I think this is whenever you're in your first 5 games of champs, it really is like the luck of the draw because And that's another one. How did he get that goal from out of his feet? How did he get that goal from out of his feet? It's just one of those goals because you know FIFA and you literally have nothing else to say. This guy shushed me. Can you imagine? He was shushed me. I was annoyed because at this point it was 4-1. He even dadded me, so he hadn't played amazingly well, but he still like managed to eke out 4-1 lead, and it was for a number of reasons. Everyone always says, it's all against me, But like, I think at this point I was losing my shit. I think if you hear the volume on this, you'd hear me like saying some really, really unfavorable things. But I won't repeat what I said. But it's just, look at that. Some of the goals I can see. I think at this point he quit dabbing and shushing me. But I know everyone says if I play that again I win. But I think look at the stats. Fair enough. He just had more shots on target, and it's not so much. Like, sometimes in this game, like, I'm using a lot, like, I'm not using my actual top players, I'm using, a lot of tier 2 players. And tier 2 players against tier 1 players, you're always going to lose out because the tier 1 players are just that much better. I've had debates with people about whether or not it's the player or the players. Of course, it's the player. You determine everything. Look at that chance, by the way. You determine everything. You're the one that decides, I think this is the game that is De Gea started doing some. Look at that, stupid. Anyway, it's Edison. You determine how good you can play. But obviously, the players you use are look at that. Another. I think if you see these chances, sorry, let's go back. Some of these chances, it's just ridiculousness. I dominated this whole game, and I think it went all the way to extra time. If you see what happens in extra time, you'll see why I was so mad. But I think I ended up winning anyway. But anyway, yeah. So back to my original point. It's the player first, and then the players. I say it's about 65% the player and about 35 players used. Because the tier 2 players, some of these chances, like Ben Yedder isn't a tier 1, he's a very, very good tier 2 player. You could probably put into a tier 1. But anyway, if you I lost my train of thought. Yes, if you have the better players, they're gonna finish the chances. If you're the one with the lesser players, there's a bigger chance of you not being able to. I think he scores an extra time because he runs all the way to the halfway line. I got really, really pissed off about Ryder because he did nothing all game. Did nothing all game, and he paid for it. But if you have the inferior players, there's a bigger chance of you missing certain chances, and there is like you scoring chances. So you'll see it's a common theme for a lot of my games. But other time them it's just me. I think there's like 2 games where I literally I fumbled the bag. But what's intriguing about this is a lot of the games that are really you'll see a pattern. Is me celebrating or getting all the way to the halfway line. You'll see a pattern on here where it's again down to the game mechanics. And I know I complain. Me and my friends complain a lot about this key. They still play it, but you'll see it's down to the game mechanics. He scored in the 90th minute after just literally just holding out for the whole game. As soon as he scores, 2 minutes later, I've gone on the arena and scored. And it's like, I'm not saying it's scripting, but it's the code that's within the game. Why is it that after scoring or after kickoff, obviously it's called the kickoff glitch. Why is it after scoring or after kickoff, your players seem that more vulnerable to goals? Like we know, yes, it happens in football. It happens when some teams they score and then everything goes and they random scores again. It happens, but it's something that's not common. So why is it that 5 years in a row as a FIFA title where this so-called kickoff glitch is in place? Why is it that I've tried to score and the whole game I couldn't score, and the moment he scores, takes lead undeservedly, may I add, I go down there immediately and score, and then he kicks off and I go down and score again. So you can see that's a very, 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 very long celebration cutscene for replay, only because he did it to me. Again, it's part of this toxic culture. I'm the type of person who skips my goals usually, but if somebody is taking a piss, I will literally just give it back to them. Look at the possession I had on the ball. I had 61% possession, yet this guy, he's one counter attack manager score. But anyway, another game where come against the PL team. Did I lose this one? Not too sure. But I'll tell you one card that gave me trouble, and that's Mane and Salah. More Mane than Salah. That Mane card, especially, I think I faced it in one of the informs a few times. That Mane card is serious trouble. But Salah is just one of those players. He's one of those that tier 1/elite players that not many people use because they're a better option, and it's mainly because of his 3-star weak foot. Like on this game, I know people talk about weak foot being, some people say, it's not that big of a deal. Honestly, it is. You see that I have the storyline Perisic. Burst squad, it's got 5-star weak foot, 3-star skill move. But it's one thing, and I've played, I think, for the first, like, for most of my games, he started off up front. If I went into my 4-2-2 formation, he was my right striker. And in my 4-2-3-1 formation, I think he's my left cam. But oh yeah, this guy was a rage quit. I think I kind of dominated. Yeah, but Perisic, he's got 5-star weak foot, but his overall movement and his finishing ability, it's not something that you would want as a striker. There are games where some games that I didn't win purely because of him, and that's where I go back to the tier 1 and tier 2 strikers. If you have the strikers, the players, you know, if you have tier 1 players, elite players, tier 1/elite players, they're gonna do some of the things you want them to do. There's a reason why the pros aren't sentimental with their teams, why they try to get the best of the best. There's a reason why some of the YouTubers have nothing with the good players in your team. It's hard to win game of sentiments if you're not the best. And when you're at the best, when you're the best of the best, the margins are that much finer, so you have to go for the best. If you're like a gold 1 to tier 2 elite 2 player, you could afford to use a few players based on sentiment, but really truly you'd want the best players. Some games, especially when you get to the higher levels, when you get to like 17 wins and onwards, you're gonna start playing better people, and you need your players to take your chances. But again, that was Balaya. Out of my forwards, and Ben Yedder's the only one that starts my team. I think this is the game that I lost off to go 1-0 up. It was annoying. Another Mbappe team, and usually Mbappe and Neymar cause me problems, a lot of problems. Oh, this was another annoying one. Do you see? That's partly me trying to pass it out, and partly the game, where I've literally passed it the other way. But because passing is so broken in this game, it's gone direct to his player. Look what's happened. And the reason I'm annoyed at that is because I came back in the game, and there's at least 2 or 3 goals in this match where I shouldn't have conceded. But it's what happens when you start losing, and you lose composure. So you go behind, and you feel like the game's going against you, and you start to lose your mind, and that's what happens. So this game ended up losing 6-3 this game after being in a relatively good position. But it's what happens in champs, man. It's what happens. You'll think that you'll think that you deserve to win and everything's against you, but it's just the way the game works. The game is terrible. I always say when you play this game offline, you'll see just what this game is supposed to be like. So a lot of people say, oh, I don't play squad battles. To me, squad battles, if I can squeeze in a few games here and there, like get to, let's say, gold 1, elite 3, I'm happy, because to me it's 3 packs, just play games. Obviously it is boring, so I normally do it when I'm multitasking, when I'm watching something cool, so I don't literally do that as my game of the choice. But sometimes I just want to play FIFA. I swear to you, sometimes I just want to play FIFA, and I just want to, because I enjoy the game. So I rather just play squad battles, because I think like all the online modes are so bad. So yeah. So, but you can say you just see some of the things that go wrong. Like some of the goals he scored, some of the goals people scored. Like this Zidane one. Zidane's a tier 1, a tier 1 elite player. So you put them in certain situations, and you don't expect them to score, and they'll score. That's why during the first couple of months, so many people were using that Kenny Dalglish card. The reason why they were using that card is he was somebody that was nobody saw as an elite player, an elite or tier 1 player, but they just thought his icon was going to be alright. But as soon as people started using him, especially in draft, they're like, oh my gosh, this guy's crazy, and you start to see him in almost every team. You don't see him as much now because there's so many more players available, but he's still. If you get towards, you start getting towards your gold 2s and gold 1, you'll see him in teams. But again, this is another game where I'm so annoyed that I think I lost this one, and it's partly because of me, and secondly because of just some of the players. It's another one where I literally went back and forth for the replays. I mean, like I said, I skip my replays all the time, but this guy decided that he'd watch his replays, so I think we kind of like went down the alley of just doing nonsense. But yeah, I think this was the winner. I think I was screaming down. What I might do sometimes is when I'm talking, I might just like stop my talking or just increase the background audio if you can hear commentating. But honestly, it's this is what Champs is. Champs is one of those 9 game modes where you go online to play. Obviously, your primary objective is to try and win as many games as possible, but you want to enjoy yourself at the same time. But if you look back, you realize that you aren't. And while I was even piecing this video together, it's just hit me that how much I dislike playing Champs. I don't think I dislike it as much as I dislike Rivals. Rivals to me is such a stupid game mode. But it's just the way this community is set, where you're constantly playing towards objectives or towards rewards, trying to get better players. Some people genuinely like the game, but me, I only play for rewards. I want to have as good a team as possible by the end of the year. That's all it is. This year, I've decided not to spend any money here, so this is literally a road to glory team. So there are a lot of players that I would rather replace. But because I'm literally doing a road to glory, and not a great road to glory at that, because I'm not being economical. I don't have time to be trading or trying to kind of like graft coins. It's just not me. I just want to enjoy the game with the best possible players. And right now, my team isn't amazing, but it's good enough. Obviously, this team I've decided to use this weekend only. I'd like to say that I'll do it again, but I may even take next week off from Champs because I don't know if I want to play Champs again next week. So maybe like another time when maybe when my club is fuller, I may do something like have a different kind of theme. It's like whether it's like 89 rated or like between 84s and 85s, whatever. I'll do another challenge. I may have to find a different way of capturing it because this was very long-winded. I could have easily done this just by making sure that I had the right equipment, but I think I don't have that set up yet, and I will very soon. I don't know why I've got the whole video playing on this particular video, but it shouldn't be the case. But anyway, so you'll see that a lot of these games are I think, like I said, when you start to play back some of your games, you kind of realize, where you probably went wrong. Like, it's FIFA at the end of the day is what you make of it. So, I think this is the game where Mane caused me a lot of problems. Yeah, this Mane caused me problems. I think I ended up losing this game. It was quite annoying because I think I had chances to kind of finish it. I'm not too sure if I win or lose. I mean, it's basically there's 3 games where I had chances to kill it, but because I was doing stupidness, this was lucky. This was very, very lucky. And all I had to do was round the keeper to the right, and then I would have been the score, but I wasn't thinking. I tried to literally just go far post. And I have a sickness I won this game in the end, but I have a sickness where I don't like going near post because everyone says it's powerful, but because weak post is like high enough my weakness, I don't usually go there. But far post kind of normally works, but sometimes the keeper is really close the angle. So obviously this isn't the game that I lost, but this is the game where I think I don't know why he quit. I think I even said to myself, why is this guy quitting in the 80th minute? But going back to my original point, do you know what? As a weekend league, you're going to hear me moaning a lot, but you're going to ask yourself why. So people who are watching this, why is somebody who's moaning a lot still playing the game? Like I said, I just enjoy playing the game. So I think I might have to cut a bit of this video because it has overran quite a bit. And I know there's other videos I should be watching. But the original goal was to kind of get to trying to get to at least goals, but the problem is I started this Saturday and then I had quite a busy Saturday evening, and then I ended up not playing as many games. Even on Sunday, I think I didn't play as many games because I was going to see my mum. So it's like could always play potentially people who are on the same or better record than you, but you're more likely to play somebody who doesn't have as good a record as you, especially during the first 10 games. But either way, you're playing more and more people. The better your record is, you can start playing better than people. So if you go through your first 11 games undefeated, guess what? Your games from maybe 9 onwards are going to be tough anyway because this goal would really annoy me. It's got this whole goal annoyed me. Just look at the succession of errors. First, Aubameyang somehow outmuscles my player. And even that chance in this. So go back to that. I bounce, I must my player. The rebounds he scores. I go down the other end. My players just. I think I just couldn't score. You see, like sometimes when I show the replays, I think it's that I don't need to goals. It's to show my incredulity. It's like how are they not scoring another one? Look at that. All of that just to score one goal, and it was too late. Did I think I even had it? No, I didn't have a chance later on. But I think this game I forgot to rip the start of the video. But I think this was another one where So in this game, look at the time on the clock. So I think I was trying to start wasting time for the 80th minute, and literally he got me with that sweaty goal. He got it twice. So it's 2-2, and I think an extra time he does it all again. So he cuts in, goes forward, and then he passes it back. And you'd think my player would get there first, but no. That's another annoying thing about this game is like some of those. I don't even think I've said what I don't like about this game yet. But look at that, another one. It's partly it's my fault, but partly it's against what the game isn't registering what I'm doing. So those goals, look at it, it's the same goal over and over and over again. And my players are too tired to stop them. At this point, I think by the 80th minute, when I was winning 2-0, I'd gone and dropped back. So the fact I've gone and dropped back my players because they're tired, that's happened. And I ended up losing 5-2 from 2-0 up with 10 in-game minutes to go. It goes to show you just the amount of things that can go wrong in this game. So like this one was I'm gonna talk over this game because I got battered in this game. Team Moran literally tore me to shreds. But even when I went 1-0 up, he kind of tore me to shreds. But again, I think there's Blaya who was really good. I think I won this game then. Oh well. Anyway, Belaya was a really good card. Yeah, this was a rage quit. That's what it was. Belaya was for a 3-2 card, a really good card. And then going back to this game, you'll see a lot of goals where it's partly my mistake for not just clearing it first time. So even when you clear it first time, it doesn't register. So the input delay in this game isn't the greatest. It doesn't really benefit you. It's either one or the other. It doesn't benefit you or the other player, and that's what's really frustrating about this game. It's bad because you can, like I said, you can see just how good the game should be. You can see why it is the way it is. I faced that in from Ronaldo twice, and I don't remember which one I lost to, but I did end up losing one of these games. But as Paris with the 5-star weak foot. Good goal, but if it wasn't in front of him like that, he wasn't really scoring. Ronaldo using his strength, like my player should get there. Look at my defender. Look this guy. His right back scores that goal because my defender just did not lock in. And this is another one of those crosses where I was going. When we done FIFA 19, I would have crossed that there and then. But Nabrielli's left foot, 4-star weak foot. You say he should score that, but no. I think a lot of the times that was a really good goal. That was a really good goal. And there's certain players in this game who have, from that position there, you should just finesse it. Just finesse it. Even if you're out of the area there, you just have to finesse it because you really miss out on some of the qualities of these players when you don't finesse it. And this is something where I realize this. I do this a lot in champs. I'll talk about Mertens in a second. I do this a lot in champs. I do this a lot in FIFA full stop. Sometimes composure is going to see you through. When you're composed, you're literally, because you forget in those situations there especially when you're attacking, the person you're playing about either 6 or 7 out of 10 times, the person you're playing isn't going to be composed. Like there, see there, he's kicked off, and I'm diving all over the place because why? I'm trying to protect the lead. Even I'm 5-2 up, it's that whole kick-off glitch thing, and I'm literally trying to just get a tackle in straight away. But the person you're playing against, is a good chance they won't be composed. If you're in the area, you take your time. L1 dribbling or just literally no sprinting. No sprinting on this game. Sometimes it's an overlooked skill because it's not seen as a skill. So if you just stop dribbling sometimes, you'll literally just make things a lot easier for you because when you're both panicking, you and the person you're playing against, it becomes a bit of a mess. And sometimes it happens, isn't it? You're in a tight game where you know the next goal is probably going to decide it, so you're panicking, you're rushing. But yeah, quickly mention the Mertens card. So my subs in general in this game, I used to take off. I took off Nabry, I took off Perisic, I took off Blyer sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes because Ben Yedda's stamina was kind of depleted during second game, so I use squad fitness cards second game usually, rarely the first game. Another team in there when Mbappe probably caused trouble. But yeah, so I took a Perisic, Nabry, and Blyer for Mertens, Martinez, and Brichigueno. Those 3 cards, if I could start all 3, I'd be laughing. I can only really start Mertens and Brichigueno in my usual team. And my usual team, I usually bring on Martinez as the super sub. Those 3 cards, obviously, you hear the talk about meta this, meta that. Here's another one. I should have actually just cleared it, but I tried to do stupidness and he got me. This is typical me. So all I had to do, I think this was the beginning of the end for me, because that goal there, all I had to do was clear the ball square, would have been fine. But it literally, that in 3 in-game minutes, he literally just takes the lead, and then it's there. Mbappe forced our weak foot, and he bangs it with his left foot, and that's the difference between the better players and the other players. What I would say is that I was talking about something and I lost my train of thought. Either way, it's just Mertens, Martinez, and Brichigueno are really short, nippy, and they've got good agility, great dribbling, great speed, and good enough shooting. And those players are the meta. I know you hear things about the meta all the time, but those players really are the players that you kind of like, the players that make a difference in this game, because height is no longer an issue. And the last FIFA, height was the thing. Yeah, that's another one. I think that's an example of the crosses on this game where they just don't go through. And the last FIFA, that's offside, I think. It wasn't. On the last FIFA, those things go through. But it's just one of those things where, did I score this one? Yes, I did. And I think I flopped this because I tried to waste time and he got me, if I'm not mistaken. Because I did that a lot in this weekend, where wasting time is a good technique to use. If the person, here we go. So let's watch this. I've played a through ball. First time, even though it's first time, maybe I had time to control it. But it's that whole notion of just of panicking. In hindsight, all I had to do was just control that and an overhead through ball. But even I used a lofted through ball. First time, there's no pressure. He should get that away. But of course, I wasn't capable. I think this is the last second chance. I've turned it and I've shot. I should have really shot, tried to pass, and the players overrun it. All he has to do is run to the ball and he's got that. But it's typical with this game where you overrun it a lot. Maybe there I should have shot. But even though that's a pass on FIFA that a lot of people use, and I can't seem to do it right. Here's another. I think here I just panicked and Sissoko ends up winning the game. And I'm annoyed because I had a chance to kill the game. All I had to do was overhead free ball to my player and it would have been gone. And I said I did this quite a few times over the weekend where I just didn't. Again, look at that. The block is incredible. Incredible block. And I didn't know my player had it and he's blocked. Look at that. And the header is just so tame. I know you'll say, oh, you shouldn't have made a mistake, but it's just over the weekend I lost about 4 or 5 of those games over the weekend. And it eventually took me, I think it was 17 games to get 11 wins. So my record is 11 and 6, so 11 wins and 6 losses at that point. I could have gone for gold 3 if I wanted to. I probably would have. I think I had about another 10-ish games left. I could have gone for gold 3, but oh my God, I couldn't be bothered to. I think at that point, the weekend was ending. It was Sunday night. I had things to do, things to watch. And I really couldn't bother. I was just happy the fact that I got to 11 wins, which means I qualify for the next weekend. But, I can't believe it. Oh my! It's one of those things with playing champs where it's literally a mental battle. You don't really that free ball there works so well, and of all people to score was Vardy. I was annoyed that I conceded a goal there at that point in time because I literally was dominating the game. But my defenders always seem to adopt the highlight. Even when I play on, that was a really good one. I was not expecting to score, but for fuck, I shoot it, and it works. Yeah, even though I play I think I play 2 depth, maximum 3 depths. My defender's starting position really isn't what, and that one there was a good ball. And what I would say is that ball, even I say that ball doesn't work a lot of the time in FIFA. When it connected, I did a lot better at finishing my chances. There are times in this game where when I get that ball across, the keeper somehow saves it, and I don't know how. Because it's no longer automatic you know what, I know you when I just get that moment there. I was such a player because I don't trust right 6 switching so much. I went to another occasion, bloody games not registering my the ball across. Because I don't like sometimes right stick switching doesn't work. I switched out of it by accident, I using L1, and it made it a lob while I was because I realized the ball was with me. I was already holding L1 and it lobbed it. But I ended up winning 3-1 anyway. But it's just another one of those things where I just need to do better. You need to do better at this player such a thing. Look at the chances. Look at the possession. Look at the shots I had in that game, only to squeeze a 3-1 win out. I think that's why I was so annoyed. By the way, this Chris Smalling card, this SBC, by the time if this ever airs, if I ever upload this, you'll see that it would be too late for you to have done that card. But a Chris Smalling card was really annoying. Maybe not so much in this game, but I think I faced it a few times. But the card was very, very jarring. Oh my, unbelievably jarring. It reminds me of that PK card, the screen PK. So you had the 90 PK, and a Chris Smalling. Very similar. Similar build and very similar pace setup. Because I think he has like 75 or 76 sprinting, something like that along those lines. It's another game that I lost from being 2-0 up. Even though I was offside, it was so annoying. I played that ball so much earlier, way earlier. I think he quit. This guy quit here. I think he had enough. I think his pace setup is 75 or 76, basically like mid to late 70s. But the problem is with that pace is his acceleration isn't great, but his top speed is. And the reason why that's an issue because it's not a really good pace split up, and in this game you need acceleration, so you kind of need it to be the opposite way around. But he has a chance to get at least 1 in 4. And remember that those cards can increase by 1 more or 2 if Remo win 4 games on the trot. I wouldn't do it myself personally because I don't have an English team. This game annoyed me as well. It's another one where I had chances, and when I show chances and no goals, it's a good chance where it's a good indicator that I either struggle to score a goal, or I winning goal, or I just sort of lose it. But first thing here was losing stupid, and obviously I think this is Mane. This is again at Mane caused me problems. Yeah. I think this is the info Mane, but it was just one after the other. Like literally, I had to go berserk to just score a goal in this game. So yeah, that pass there, I probably should have shot. But I tried to pass it and literally just paid the price. Again, another game of Promo's game and took the piss. So I'll tell you one thing about this game is with the super subs. So you can have like an 8, like that Kent card. Everyone has really, I think it's an 82. It's an 82. A regular card because as a super sub, his pace setup is stupid. So you're playing against tired players, and I had one more. Imagine this was me and my 10 win trying to get to 11, and I kind of fumbled the bag a few times, even I shouldn't. This is the game where Smalling, I think this is the game I struggled at because Smalling really, this guy was really, I realized he was really good. He was very composed in defense and up front, and that seems to be my weakness. So people who can apply pressure, constant pressure on you, that aggressive defending style, doesn't suit me at all. Because I'm a possession-based player, I like to have the ball and try and wait for opportunities. But when I play someone who's aggressive, it doesn't bode well with me, and then I start losing my shape defensively, especially. So, I think at this point, went 2 down really quickly, and I just struggled because he was just very composed on both ends of the field. I think I scored 1 goal, but this was a penalty. Watch this replay. Watch this replay. I think he even watched thinking what happened. Look at that. So I've gone to shoot the ball, and his Smalling has hooked my leg. Fair enough, that's just a glitch in the game, but that's a penalty. We both sat there. I know for a fact he didn't understand how that happened. So if I had scored, he would have been back in the game. But it was a struggle to get back in the game because that Smalling card was ridiculously good. And you see how I've gone to shoot instead of pass there because I didn't trust his cards. And look at the goals he scored. This is the difference. This right here isn't a difference in players. The difference in having a player you're using. It's a difference in quality really. The goals he's the near post goals he's scoring are incredible. And the difference between me and this guy here is that he was taking. Look at the shots I had compared to him. He had the same amount of shots I get, but he scored 4 goals. The difference between he and I here was he's really scored near post. It's something I haven't mastered yet. And a lot of the good players on this game know how to score that because I'm someone who tries to score a cross goal thinking the near post is too tight. But if you know how to near post, our friend Freddie says 2 bars near post, then you'll do well. But I'm not a near post player, so it was 2. I had lost 2 in the balance by this point. I think I won this one, but I think Ben Yedda and Sissoko caused me a few issues. But I won this one. I think this guy was giving penalties away for free. I missed one of the penalties. I scored this one though. I think I missed the second one. By that time I was like 5-2 or 4-2 up. So penalties in this year, I don't like them at all. I think they're disgraceful. I really don't like penalties in this game. I don't like the setup. So, but I came up from behind. I think I went as high as 3-1 up. And then, I think this guy was all over the place. He was giving away penalties this one. I missed his penalty, I think. He dives the wrong way. He dives the wrong way. And he still saves it. Because he moved to the right first. So, this was a game where I let him back in the game. I scored almost instantly, I think. Yeah, I scored literally like the next possession. So this is a very cheap free kick. So if you see someone like this and they push their players all the way back, literally just pass it, one tap forward and square. Literally, or shoot, circle if that's your back layout. Really and truly, it's a very cheap free kick to use. I can score free kicks. I'm not the best at them. I score literally like 1 in every 8 or 10 probably. And they're easy on rivals and they are on chance because obviously on rivals you can have the trainer with you. It's fine. Just time it green. But sometimes if the guy gives you that much space, you're close to the area, I'll just shoot and score. I conceded one of them earlier in the weekend, and I was annoyed I conceded that because this is where literally I'm wasting time. So you see the way I'm passing it around. He's somebody who doesn't know how to apply pressure well. So, again, it's something that being able to play aggressively defend aggressively is a good and a bad thing. It's good because when you come against less opposition, you're literally not giving them, an inch. You know what I mean? You're giving them an inch. I'm wasting so much time here, and you have on this game. You kind of have to waste time because you don't want, especially if someone who doesn't know what they're doing, you kind of don't want to give them an inch. I think I messed up here because really and truly that's an easy ball. My attacker should be able to get there first, but he doesn't. Normally in this weekend I tried it a few times and I paid the price twice, and especially after being 2-1 up one of the games. But you literally got to learn how to do it. So they do say always stay down the wings and never go down the middle, because if you waste time down the middle, it's a lot more congested. It's easier to lose the ball. But if you're down the wings, you can kind of recover better, if that makes sense. But don't waste time if you're not good at it, basically. So this is me wasting time, and I got away with it, but only because I slayed this guy. And I think by that time, 2 minutes had gone, but I was panicking because he had a chance through here, and then I somehow get it because my keeper saved it. I'll tell you what. Do you know what? I thought Navas would have been my weak link. Because I got away one. I probably got away one there. I thought it would be my weak link because earlier on in FIFA he wasn't my actual keeper, and I've since had Ter Stegen, and Ter Stegen is just slightly years better than any other keeper in my opinion. Obviously, if you have Ter Stegen, De Gea, Alisson, they'll save some shots. They'll let in. So they're the best free keepers in the game. So Navas is like a proper tier below them. Excuse me. And I thought he'd be an issue, and surprisingly so. Do you know what the funny thing is? My back line wasn't really the issue. If anyone was the issue here, it was Lenglet, really the worst performing centre-back out all my centre-backs. He wasn't supposed to be that. So, that's one. So, that's one to... It's a funny one, that one. It's a really, really funny one. But, moving forward, I think this was... after the game that I somehow eked out. I realised during champs, a lot of the times when I realised, especially on a Sunday, as soon as the game finishes, it's really jittery. It takes time to get into the exit screen. But I think this is the game why sometimes my defenders are doing dumbness, because in that instance right there, both my defenders, both my centre backs are separate, and I didn't understand why. I really didn't get why. I don't use second man press at all. I rarely use second man press, rarely. So why am my centre back splitting up like that? And it's because player switching is so bad, I couldn't then go and like mend that. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is go into my tactics and change the depth, because as they're dropping back, they're just literally widening. So I'd rather be attacked down the wings than be, my defenders parting like that. So what I might do, I might switch up my I'm gonna switch up my width and make it a bit more narrow. This was another game where I faced that PK, and basically playing people like Van Dijk, Varane, PK, and like Chris Smalling cards, and then Milic Howard and Joe Gomez. I did not like Joe Gomez. This is one of those rare occasions where my cross far post along the ground really works, because there's no point in putting it in the air. I can't header in this game, and I'm not the only one who can't. But anyway, this was another stupid thing by me. So look at that. So instead of wasting time properly, I waste time so badly, and I get punished. All I have to do there is hold the ball, because literally there's like 5 in-game minutes left, and I've panicked and I've passed the ball backwards and into danger. If I clear the ball, I'm wasting valuable times. But I eventually win the penalty shootout. So it's the first time in a long time I scored every single penalties. He was giving away his penalties a lot. Wherever he was looking, the way he was going. So I tried not to ruin it, because in my head I thought to myself, this guy wasn't a terrible player, but I was definitely better than him. But he was literally just looking where he was diving. Eventually he started going for the top corners, and I wasn't realising until it was too late. But because I didn't miss any of my penalties, I was fine. So Maxim Mandé, I think he's going top. There he is going. Basically, I went left. I dived to the left, and my keeper didn't move. But it doesn't matter, 'cause I won it anyway. But that one was so lucky. I don't know how I scored that, because I shot to the left and his keeper dived there and he saved it. So it was, again, maybe this top right, this one. Yeah, I didn't see it coming. I saw it coming, but I went to the right instead of top right. But maybe the game wanted me to win here. Maybe he knew that I deserved to win, so it gave me the win here. But I think I scored all 5 penalties for the first time in a very long time. Here he's going to the right, but I think he's going to a corner again. Oh, he's not. He changed it. But that's why I didn't move. But like I said, I scored all my penalties, so I was fine. The proud thing is, I went to the left, which is okay, and I thought he was going to go in the middle. But this is another one of that thing where at the end of the game, when you win, it just starts glitching. So I'll cut that out, and I'll probably cut that out all the other videos. I think that was my 11th win. That was my 11th win. I think what I did, I got to 11. No, that's my 12th win. I got to 12 wins, and I asked myself, am I really going to play the rest of my 10 games? Like I said, 12 from 20 is not the best at all. So I lost 8, won 12. So I had a win margin of 4. So it wasn't amazing, but considering that I played a team that I'd only used, let's say, 3 or 4 games earlier in rivals, it was a decent turnout. So I think at this point in the video, I might go through the different formations I used for you, but if not, it'll just be me signing off. It was an enjoyable challenge to a certain extent, because with FIFA, you don't like losing. When you lost, it was really, really annoying. But I think, again, I'm going to do another challenge probably further down the line. I may not do it this Saturday, and I probably will do it when I got a better idea how to capture videos. So, yeah, man, I'll do this again. Hopefully with better audio equipment as well, because I wouldn't want to do the voiceover. And also we'll edit. I'll rip the videos a lot differently, so I can rip in HD, because it didn't rip in full HD. I think it ripped in 720 or 560 or whatever it was. So it was kind of annoying. But if this airs, thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll have another video for you soon. Thanks.